Hi guys, Brent here, and welcome to a little bit of a different video today. Today, I was searching through things I wanted to throw out of my computer because I'm trying to clean up my computer to kind of create more file space, and I found a folder with some really old matches of Dead by Daylight. We're talking matches that happened in late 2020. Late 2020 is when these matches took place. So I'd only been playing the game since, remember, I started in May of 2020. So I'd only been playing the game for like 5-6 months at this point. So I thought it was a very interesting find, and I kind of wanted to just, I don't know, I guess the word would be react to it, but I kind of want to just take a look at my gameplay and how I was as a Babu killer main, because this is a Myers match and it takes place on Old Chapel, which used to be one of my favorite maps in the game before they made the remake made it all kind of ugly and stuff. And I kind of wanted to look through this and just point out how awful I am. Or how awful I was at the game back then, and the things that just like the perspective I would have for, like at this version of me right here when I used to use a green screen versus me in the Today Zone. So let's go ahead and roll this. Also, hi, I'm over here now. I realized I was going to be covering the perks, so I'm over on this side now.
Now I'm doing my head spin.
Wow, that
This
Old
map is
Chapel
also
was
a
so
lot
beautiful.
better on the PTB. Oh my gosh. Hey, Maurice.
That's funny that I have that opinion, because like while like that means that this would be like literally like December of 2020, because I believe the update for Crotus Pren came through in January of 2021. So this must have been in December. But like while I like the map more from a gameplay perspective, I definitely don't like it aesthetically. I liked the high contrast and style of the old Crotus Pren way more. So
Good boy.
and Maurice is just gone. Maurice is
I
still
gotta go
just
stock
gone.
some
We've never touched upon that. Look at his build. Look at his build. We have Corrupt, Pop, Monitor, and Infectious at rank 1. what a look back at the old meta. I mean, I think it's crazy too, because like I obviously made that video recently talking about how I usually only use 1 or 2 slowdown, and I guess that's just something I've always done. Because like there's Pop, and then Corrupt, and then that's it. So I guess it's just something I've always done.
Oh my
Which is a
gosh,
good
made
thing.
me so angry.
Man,
Say something positive?
look at how beautiful the inside of Crotus Pen used to be. Look at this. Look at the chapel. Look at how like brightly colored it is. It's gorgeous. Now it's all just like this brownish gray color. Ugh, they did this map so
I'm
dirty.
glad that thing that was negative turned into a nice educational experience. I love being able to show people things. Turn that negativity into positivity.
Well, this person is so clearly
She has
unaware of
no
what's
idea.
going on.
I'm gonna...
Remember, this is before MMR. This is before MMR. So the only thing that determined matchmaking was your ranks, or what would be considered grades nowadays. So grade, yeah, I was rank 1, so I could either be matched with people that had 300 hours or like 6,000 hours. So there might be some Pega gamers.
So did you just like let me have that, or did you not know I was there?
Wow. Wow, look at all that distance, brother. Yeah, okay. So if you didn't know, one of the main changes that they made in the 6.1 update was they lowered the amount of speed burst, not sprint burst, but the speed burst that you get after you get hit. Whenever you get hit as a survivor, you get a quick haste effect to help you, like, you know, get to the next tile after you've been hit. They butchered that. Like, look at how like now if you get hit, you get like maybe an extra 3 meters of speed. Like after you've been hit, look at how far this Claudette gets off of her.
So did you just
burst.
like let me have that, or did you not know I was there?
Like, brother, that's almost like a half sprint burst. Look at how far she is. She's over on the other end of the main building.
Oh,
wow,
that was weird.
that's that right there. Like when I talk about how like I think Killer as a base kit is in a good place, like it's mostly down to the perks, but like the adjustments they made to base Killer like really helped Killer as a role. Period. That's the stuff I'm talking about. She made it to the other side of a main building just because I hit her once. Like now she would, like, if we were in the same situation in like modern day, I would hit her.
Just like let me have that,
And then her speed burst would
know I was
probably
there?
end like right about there. Like right as the moment she comes around the edge of the pallet, her speed burst would probably already be over. Which is crazy because now she makes it all the way to the other end of the main building.
Oh,
So like
was
that's
weird.
huge. That's huge. Huge.
She's not paying attention.
Look at
Let's
that
go
animation.
dead hard. You
skill.
don't make this. Yep. No infectious, so I'm safe to pick up. Unless they have calm spirit.
Which nobody runs still. still in 2022.
Yeah, I love turning negative situations into positive ones. Feels good, man. Oh, I have pop. I should probably go kick that.
Yep.
There's a fly in my room. It's landing on my left, but I'm playing killer. Get out of here! Get!
I was so much more like
Oh my
lively,
God,
but I was almost kind of cringe. You know
okay?
what I'm saying? Like I was so much more like excited. I was like, I don't know, because I was fairly new to streaming. Like I had started streaming in August of 2020, so I'd only been streaming for like 2 or 3 months. So I feel like I was still emulating a lot of like, you know, content creator TM, you know, like content creator isms, which is like be loud, be bombastic, and be like kind of annoying to get people's attention. Now I just kind of let my content speak for itself. But like I definitely see more of that, like, look at me, I'm a content creator, I'm gonna be loud and annoying.
It almost ruined everything.
Yeah, I'm glad I evolved, because I don't know if I could stand me.
Hi.
Listen to me like that.
Thanks.
My add-ons
Appreciate
are
it.
really bad too. I have the
You
hairbrush.
better go on and get. There's literally a fly next to my desk. It's sitting right here on the mouse pad. I could end your life.
Yeah.
I could take him down. She went out this way.
Take down the survivors instead, brother. Take down the survivors instead.
This isn't her. This is Claude. No. I'm not trying to tunnel.
Yeah, that's such a different mentality than I have now. Like if I find somebody, I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess I'm tunneling you. Like I react so differently. Like if I end up tunneling somebody, I'm just like, man, whatever. like I don't go out of my way to like not tunnel. It's just kind of like, it's like whatever. Like if you run back into me, like it's like, oh, sucks to be you. like my mentality is totally different about tunneling. Like if somebody gets unhooked in my face, I'm gonna always go for the other guy. I'm not gonna go for the guy that just came off hook. But like if the slightest inconvenience happens, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just chasing the same guy again. Who cares? Old Jack on this map was pretty too.
That sucks.
This map had more of a green color palette. I'm just realizing, and that's just like gone.
She had Dead Hard.
Look at how strong. Look at how strong old Dead Hard is. Like, look at that. Look at that gaming. Look at how much distance you get with old Dead Hard.
No, dude.
Like, watch this. Like, watch her just freaking zoom.
Ooh,
look at how far she
Just didn't
goes.
use it.
Like, it is so good that old Dead Hard died.
That was not an intentional tunnel.
Old Dead Hard needed to go. That thing was too strong.
That sucks.
So broken up about it.
I feel bad.
Brother, it's fine. It's fine, dude. You're good. And you know what's funny? You know what's the context of this too? I play more Survivor now than I ever have in my entire life. Like I was a hardcore killer main during this time, and I felt more bad about tunneling than ever. Like it's a weird perspective. You think I would care more about tunneling as somebody who plays Survivor more often now, but like apparently back then, as a hardcore biased killer main, I cared more about that. Wow, gaming.
Nancy, no! Nancy, no! Nancy, not like this!
I miss the old UI. The old UI was
Nancy,
great.
no!
I'm covering that now.
Please!
I don't like how it's all up on the left, like above my head now. I like when it's down in the corner.
Oh no, I'm tier 3 and they have to come to me.
Yep.
Hello. Oh no.
And you have
I didn't
hairbrush.
disturb that crow. I don't think.
Oh, he's camping. You know, so tunneling's fine, but camping is bad?
This is rough for them.
Is camping bad? You don't seem to care about camping, brother. I'm being facetious. I'm teasing myself, but like, I just find it funny the different reactions I had to. Oh god, I shouldn't tunnel, but like I'll camp like nobody's business. I think even in 2023, I think of the two, I think I would much rather like have a camper than a tunneler, right? Like just in my own experience and perspective, I think I'd much rather have a camper than a tunneler. Like just because tunneling is like a complete removal of gameplay, whereas camping's just like a lot of pressure that makes gameplay hard. So it's like out of the two, yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Well, you could insta give it back then. You didn't have to hit skill checks.
Oh, that's rough, buddy.
But she just leaves. I'm essentially a diet bubba right now.
Oh god, I got stuck
because I have exposed
by the entity.
This Meg is ugly, brother.
Don't you dare stay for the flashlight save. Don't you dare stay for the flashlight save.
Hey, I'm sucking too. Good.
That guy was doing gens while his entire team was gone. Get out of here. That fly is like very close.
Yeah, back then you had to have BT.
Landed on my headphones.
That wasn't like basic endurance wasn't a thing. So everybody ran
She can
BT.
go for
It
the
was like
flashlight save, but she's gonna lose mending time if she does.
a confirmed. It's a confirmed. That's a slot you have to waste to do that.
She did come back. Nancy, that's not intelligent. Dear, that's not intelligent.
Yeah, she's being kind of greedy.
She did come back. Where is she?
I expected to watch this and see like a ton of mistakes, but I'm actually like kind of playing the same way I always have. Like I'd probably make most of these same plays that I am in 2023. Maybe
She's
I wanted
sneaking
that
around.
It's a good thing.
I'll also
But
let her
kind
have
of
it.
disappointing. I wanted to poke fun
They've
at
had
myself.
such a rough go. Because of the double hook. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna guard it.
Wow. What a good.
Even though I
play.
know she's over there.
See that stuff makes me mad now. Like I used to apparently old me was like, I'm not gonna guard it even though I know they're over there. Now that stuff makes me mad. Like if I know that it's kind of like hook diving, right? Like that's what I like to call it. It's like hook diving. Like I'm right here, the killer's right here. Why are you trying to like save within tear radius? It's just a bad play. And I think like, you know, obviously for some reason, even though I was way more killer biased, I guess back then I cared way more about like people's feelings, TM and all that stuff. But like honestly, if you're hook diving the hook while tear radius is up, that's a bad play. You're making a bad play. So nowadays I would just punish them for it. I'd just be like, bro, stop being dumb. I love how even old Asylum had the annoying back tile into Shack.
Why the
That the
camp?
Asylum
Because
has.
there were 2 people on hook. That's why.
Oh,
That's why the camp. It's not a camp if there's 2 people on hook.
Oh,
And there's a 3rd person nearby.
It's because I got solved.
That's 3/4 of the team. I'm tired of explaining this to survivors.
Ooh, there we
If
go.
there's 3
there we
people
go.
out of a
Tell 'em.
4-man team occupied, I don't have to go anywhere.
Tell him.
Your last friend was rushing a gen and he could have helped.
Oh.
That's what you should be mad at. This is Claudette that I'm chasing right
Tell
now.
him. Tell him, brother. Dunk on him. Dunk on the salty
Could've been
survivor.
helping.
I'm so proud of him.
I didn't mean to actually fully stock.
Yeah, I still do that. It's hard. You gotta really.
But I'm
pay
tired of
attention.
explaining this to survivors. If 3 out of 4 people are not doing anything, I could have got that.
I could have. That's not the first
There's
mistake
no
I've seen.
reason. There's no reason for me to do
Wow, look
anything
at all that
else.
infectious brother. Ooh. I remember this used to be like my Myers
not a
build.
camp.
This is what I use all the time if I wanted to. Like,
Asking me to go
hard.
somewhere else when there's
Obviously,
3
I'd
out
use
of 4
better
people
add-ons, but
elsewhere
yeah, I
is
remember
just
this is the build I would use.
nonsensical. You're asking me to ignore most of the team to go do something else.
He's
Understand
he's
that
spitting
if,
facts.
like
I
like
do a
the
lot.
Nancy got close because she wanted her flashlight save, but
yep.
you know, unintentionally she was greedy. I was trying to avoid that actually. She was unintentionally greedy
Oh, she was intentionally greedy, but
because the point is to kill people. That I am the killer.
He's spitting facts.
That's what I do. I do the stabbing.
Man, that
stunts.
God window should have went. I don't know how they remade the map and kept this God window.
I don't know if you knew that.
I love the
But,
old windows. They were like circular.
Killer is
They ruined
literally
this
the
map.
name of the game. So I was killing people.
Wow.
No, that was close.
Oh yeah, it was. That's funny. Apparently, okay, I was just talking about how I was a little bit too nice. I guess I still had my noggin. Yeah, I definitely made mistakes in that
I mean, it
chase.
sucks that Nancy got greedy for a save and ended up in the same spot
I
against
think
the tier
it's.
3
I
Myers.
think honestly, more I'm just like distracted by putting this guy down for crying and baby raging. I don't think I necessarily made those mistakes because like clearly the rest of my chases were kind of like by the books. I think I'm just more invested in putting down the guy who's baby raging in my chat than I'm actually like playing the game at this point.
Yeah, like defending the gens, which is what I'm doing if 3 out of 4 people are busy. Like, you're right.
You know what's funny? It's like this guy that's in the chat right now, this Moho dude. Like it's funny because like you would think that like, you know, this was 2020, right? So like the game was a lot like, you know, it was still 4 years old, but the game was a little bit younger at that point. But like people, I still get people who come into chat and say stuff like that. It's not as frequent because I had TTV in my name back then, which is why I don't do that really anymore. But like people still have that opinion for some reason. Like they're like they'll try to like mind game you out of like playing well because of like, wow, there's more to the game than kills. Like this is still not an uncommon opinion. Like this is not actually changed that much. That's just wild to me. Like how do you justify that?
Trust me, like, I understand. But when there's 3 out of 4 people busy, I am applying pressure to the gens. There's only one person doing a gen.
Do it again. Yeah, that's the main thing I'm saying is I just gotta
Yes, and there's a 3rd person around. Like, there was somebody coming for the save out of a 2-person situation.
He's dead here. Yeah.
You're asking me to ignore that and go somewhere else and without knowing, because I don't have barbecue, and try to find someone else, or maybe not. And
Survivors still tell you to do this. Survivors still tell you to do this. Like, just go wander around and hope you find someone. Like, I, for as long as I live, have never understood this theory. This is almost 3 years later, by the way. This is like 2.5 years past this point. Like people still say this, and I've never understood this theory. Like survivors straight up, like unironically, really do actually want you to just kind of like go wander off and pray you find another person. And they're being unironic. Like, if you don't know where another person is, apparently you're supposed to just go, like, I don't know, on a scavenger hunt to find someone else. Like, why would I do that? But this is, like, still a very commonly held belief. It's like, just go wander off into the distance and pray you find another person. Like, it's just, I don't get it.
You wanted me to go try to find the fourth person, despite knowing 3 people were in one area. Is that what you're asking me to do?
Man, I'm telling you.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm laying into him. I thought it was just, like, hanging out and just got by.
I mean, that's fine if that's what you're asking me to do. It just doesn't make sense. If you're asking me when I know where 3 people are to go find a fourth person, that just doesn't make sense.
Wow. I'm telling him.
But if that's what you're saying, that's what you're saying.
Back when Pop was just
Asking why I
a
did it?
flat
Because
damage rate and not just a proportional, ooh, that perk was very good.
Okay.
Oh, that was dumb on her part.
I did it because the point of the game is to stop the gens and kill people, and I was doing that very well. That's like the point of killer. Like, you're asking me to not like play killer? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm like that. All that like happy, like annoying
You're
energy
asking me
turned
to,
into
like,
complete
give up
like,
an advantageous
like I'm in debate
situation,
mode.
so-
I'm in like debate mode right now. Like I am gaming. I'm in debate mode right now. This is so
So
funny.
you could have more points. That's what you're asking me to do.
Wow, that's so funny. Laying into him. Good job, past me. Good job. You tell them. You tell them.
You're asking me to intentionally ignore 3 people in one area, and 1 person doing a gem by themselves. So, for what?
It's not fun to you. It's not quote unquote
That just
fun.
doesn't make sense to me.
It's not fun. Smile. It's not
You
fun.
have this idea. No, I understand what you're saying. You're saying I could get more points by making the game long.
Yeah, this guy's trying to gaslight me too, and they still do this. This is the thing that people, when they come into chat, they still do this all the time. They'll try to gaslight me. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just asking questions." I hear that a lot. I'm not mad. I'm just asking questions, or like, you just don't understand what I'm saying. It's like, no,
But like, my objectives as
fully
killer
understand.
are still like kill
just
people and
don't
stop
like it.
gens from happening, which I did both precisely. I did it, in your opinion, too well because we're not going to get a lot of points.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny too? Like, this is like the camping was so light in this game. It really was. The camping was so light in this game. Like, literally, I camped for all of like maybe like 10-15 seconds. Like, this was like a very, very light camp compared to like something I would do in 2023. Like, something that like there are some times where I'll get down to like 1 or 2 gens, and I will literally like confirm kill somebody by waiting out the rest of their timer. Like, this was super tame, and this dude is baby raging over it. Like that was an incredibly light camp, and the homie still was freaking out, which is funny. That's so funny, man. Wow.
I understand what you're saying. It just doesn't make sense.
Man, I miss the old background too. The aesthetic was so nice. Oh, I was rank 4, not rank 1. Wow.
Pyramid Head's kind of quiet, right? It just kind of like breathes weirdly and then puts a sword in the ground
Oh
sometimes.
god, this is the twins
he's pretty
chapter? Ew! Ew! So what was this, November then? Like November-ish? Yeah, that was, this was the worst chapter I've ever played. Honestly, I'm surprised the game's lived past this. This was the buggiest chapter I've ever played to this date still. Screw the twins chapter.
Down. Because that's the point of, like, that's the point of, okay. Yes. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain. I don't think you're listening. I think you're very upset right now, which is fine. But, like, so first off, the corrupt question, the point is that, like, you guys spawn back there. And I already downed and hooked somebody else by that point, by the way. So it wasn't even that, like, I downed and hooked somebody pretty quickly into that game. So like I wasn't back there just to like hang out or wander around. I was just trying to heal. Yeah, well, okay. So the problem, I remember that part of the game. Whoever unhooked you like ran away. Like whoever unhooked you just like split. And here, let me find a video for you.
That still happens. That is like the main. That is one of the main. Okay, so there are two things that cause tunneling in my modern day playstyle, and one of them is that, and one is another. So I'll explain the first real quick. Is that obviously with base kit BT, a lot of people think that's a new tool to like body block for people coming straight off hook. It's not. It's for you to take a hit if the killer's going to tunnel you to try and get away and reset. But some people use that as like an offensive tool and will body block for their unhooker, which you shouldn't be doing. And that's one way I often tunnel. This is the other main reason I still tunnel in 2023. Is because what happens is somebody will get unhooked and then the unhooker will just disappear. I don't know why. And it's just always been a really, really dumb play, but people still do this in 2023. They'll unhook somebody and then go immerse. They will unhook a person and then go hide. And that's just like the dumbest thing to me. Because like you're essentially it's like what we talk about sometimes. We talk about teammate induced tunneling. It's like that. It's like if you unhook your friend, your teammate, and you just gotta go hide, and if I'm in the area and I see the other guy, what's going to happen inevitably? Of course I'm gonna just pursue that guy. Like, and it's something that people still have not wrapped their heads around in 2023 is like, it's not the killer's fault. It's your teammate's fault. They're the ones that messed up.
There's a video that explains this really well. So, like, let me post this link for you. But she ran nearby you, by the way. She ran nearby you and then lost me. She ran nearby you and then left. Your scratch marks overlapped. So I was trying to follow the Nancy. You can go back to the VOD too. You can go back through the VOD. You can hear me say it too. I was trying to track you, or not you. I was trying to track Nancy, and Nancy ran towards you. I didn't know you were over there.
Yeah,
I thought I was following her scratch marks. She ran across your scratch marks and then lost me, and I thought I was still following her, but I found you instead, and I felt bad. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm not trying to tunnel you, but I don't know where she went. So it would have been, and I have sight on you. I know exactly where you are. You're just, like you said, you were just trying to heal in the corner. I knew.
It's funny.
I have visual on you.
I don't know what happened to that chair.
I know you were there, and you're asking me
I'm looking at that chair, and I'm like, where did that go?
Ignore you because it was frustrating.
Where did that go?
For you. To play badly.
Like when you see a shirt you haven't seen in forever, you're like, what happened to that darn thing?
I don't know. Let you have more fun. My point as killer is to A, stop gens, and B, kill the survivors. And it's almost impossible for a killer to win and pip up by just hooking everybody individually. It's just way too much time wasted. There's gonna be a back-to-back hook somewhere in the game. That's just how it works.
I'm a little wrong, and that's because I'm pretty new to the game at this point. Is that like obviously like if you have more hook states, that is the sign of a better player because that means you're having more consistent and quick chases. But in the case of what this survivor is whining about in terms of like more points and stuff, like it doesn't really matter. Matter of fact, if you end your games quicker, you're more likely to just like be in more matches. Like this is why I don't typically like farming either, just as a concept, is because you get more points just by being in more matches. That is the real way you will max out points, quote unquote. Is like you just play a lot of games. So this whole idea of like stay in one very, very long game to farm points versus like just going next, like it doesn't make sense.
It's like honestly, if that's like way too frustrating, like maybe take a break. Like it's like because that stuff's gonna happen. It just is.
Now,
like when I was trying to test the PTB
no DS?
yesterday, I was getting nothing but like sweaty camping, proxy camping killers like the entire evening.
Yeah.
When I was trying to play Survivor and just test out the new perks.
That is still a thing. That is still a thing in 2023. People use the PTB as like a way to bully people that they know are trying out new stuff, but on both sides, killer and survivor. People use the PTB as a way to just like bully people because they know they're not going to be running their best stuff, and it's just really lame.
Happens. But like just feeling that intensely about one match of an infinitely repeating game is just like it's just not worth it. There's like 2 kills because of Dead Hard. Yeah, Dead Hard's pretty. Also, I'd like to point out I'm rank 1 and shouldn't B, so don't assume a rank 1 understand. No, I wasn't assuming you understand everything. I was just saying, like, I'm just trying to answer your question. Like, because, like, I don't think, I think your teammate screwed you over, like, big time.
Yep, which is true.
I don't think I did anything malicious or mean. I was just taking advantage of a situation where the team messed up. I think the Nancy screwed you over, and that sucks. Like,
which is true.
I feel
not on
that.
purpose.
Like, that's why solo queue is horrible. That's why I don't play Survivor. That's why I'm a killer main. Because, like, I just can't stand that. I can't stand killer-sided latency. I can't stand teammates doing what that Nancy did to you. Like, it gets me mauling. So I don't play.
And it's funny because I can handle that now, right? Like, it's mostly just the perks that frustrate me. Like, the overwhelming meta, that's what annoys me. I think what I didn't understand back then, you know what's I'll call myself out. I was really bad at chase. I was a terrible looper as a survivor back then. I could not loop for anything, even with old Dead Hard. Like, I couldn't loop well. So that's why I hated Survivor. Once I realized that this chase thing that I enjoy so much on the killer side of things, I could just do on the other end, that's when things got a lot better. And I think that's kind of why, like, my main gripe or, like, my frustration with Survivor nowadays is that it's all about gen defense. Like, that's, like, the main killer meta right now is just, like, overwhelming gen defense. So there's really not a whole lot of looping going on. And I think that's what upsets me, because, like, that was where I found, I'm like, oh, wait, this is actually not that bad, because this chase thing I enjoy so much doing on the killer end, now I can do that on the Survivor end of things, just the other end of it. But now, like, there's so little chase because it's all about stopping, making a pit stop, kicking a gen with your 3, overbrind eruption meta, and then calling it it's like, it's all about gen defense. So there's way less chases than there's been. So it kind of, like, sucked the fun back out.
Survivor, for those reasons. So, like, I get it, trust me. And I still play on Fridays, and I still get upset about these things. But, like, I don't think the anger should be at me. I think it should be at that guy who was a forehead and, like, did not care enough about their teammate besides getting flashlight saves and sticking around an area they shouldn't have.
Yep.
So
people
and also your 4th teammate, when the maid came for the save, the 4th teammate gen rushed. The 4th teammate stayed on a gen. You'll watch that VOD back.
Yeah. The 4th guy, while the game was falling apart around him, stayed on the gen. 2 people got hooked in the corner, and he did not get off his gen. The right play would have been to start migrating his way over to the other side of the map so he could help with the saves, but he decided to just stick the gen instead for no reason. So that was a dumb play. Yeah, I'm 100% right with that.
The teammate pops the gen. like the teammate pops the gen. He didn't come to help you guys literally at all.
Yep.
Like that, whoever that 4th, it was another Claudette, I think. That 4th teammate just didn't come to help. 2 people were on hook, and Meg had to figure out that situation by herself, which is why she didn't save
against
you
an
guys
insta-down
right away.
killer. Against an insta-down killer, no less, which is very difficult.
Because, like, she was on her own, I was still over there, and there were 2 people needing to get down.
Unhooked,
and
not down.
The other Claudette just decided to rush the gen instead and get the gen out instead of coming and resetting the game. Yep. So, like, both the Nancy and the other Claudette just, like, made that situation awful because they were playing offensively at a time they should have been playing defensively.
Yep.
There's 2 parts.
He's smart. Look at me. I'm not as dumb as I thought I'd be.
Play, which is doing the gens, breaking totems, flashlight saves, etc. And then there's defensive save, which is healing, unhooking, etc. They committed to playing offensively when you guys were in a rough spot. They continued to play offensively when defense needed to happen.
Wow.
And that sucks.
I'm a smart brain. Look at that.
But that wasn't
Papa Brand knew some things. Wow.
That wasn't anything I did.
I'm proud of you.
and I'm sorry that it was that happened, because it happens to the best of us. It's really not your fault.
That still happens in 2023 too. There's plenty of people who will stick gens when the game is falling apart around them because, like I said in the past, some people don't know when it's time to switch to the defense and try to get a reset on the whole team, and they just want to keep playing offensively. They want to keep hovering for flashlight saves. They want to keep pounding out the gens. They don't really think it's like, oh wait, I should probably go pick up the slug, or oh, I should go help with this hook save. Like, people don't know when to switch the offensive versus defensive play. Wow. I had the intention of watching this video to just dunk all over myself and see how stupid I am. But apparently I was not dumb. Apparently I wasn't stupid, which is funny.
Like, you were playing fine. If anything, that heal would have gone off if Nancy didn't run. I don't play killers much because I don't want to be bullied. Education is always helpful. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Be nice to people.
Oh, that was the end of the stream too. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Once again, I expected I would watch that and be like, oh wow, old Brand was so stupid and dumb. But he besides like a couple minor things, actually kind of was spitting facts for the most part. Wow. That was a lightning experience. I'm glad I haven't changed that much in my journey here since 2020 and the 3 years I've played the game. That I really haven't changed much in the way that I do things. And that was kind of like, I don't know, kind of like reversely kind of reassuring in an odd way that I looked through that and I watched through that. I was not making huge mistakes back then either, besides like a couple things. And my killer bias was not as intense as I thought it was. Because in my you know, obviously, you know, hindsight's 2020, I thought I was horrendously killer biased. Like I thought I was like off the deep end killer bias. But no, I was very like empathetic to the things that they were feeling, even though I didn't really play Survivor that much back then, which was crazy. But I was still like laying down the law and being firm with like, you know, the entitlement. Like that was apparently I was not stupid, which is kind of, you know, relieving to see, I guess. But yeah, hopefully that was an interesting trip down memory lane. I thought it was a funny little revisitation of how old DBD was, and also like, I guess, things that have never changed and have remained the same despite DBD being pretty old. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little retrospective. Thank you so much for watching Game Without Me today. But I do upload daily, so I will see you tomorrow. But if I do not, well, you know, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.